racist people are just like, no, my fictional character must be white as shit.
Keep your secrets to yourself. There's haters out in these streets.
You still have your fucking surveillance on.
Dude, you want me to be here on time or what?
That wasn't like a fall. She fucking fell.
The makeup girl who kind of looks like her from behind, they gave her I fucked Dakota Johnson.
Stop the work and fucking hold for everything.
This is the Hold for Everything podcast. We just had a 20-minute conversation about One Piece that you'll never see again. Not a heavy news week. Well, now all I want to do is talk about One Piece. God damn it.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, sure. I can keep talking about One Piece.
Whatever.
I'm enough of a fanboy to talk about One Piece.
I don't want to hear. I just need to know. Well, I guess I don't know who the cast. I guess they don't know who the cast is, or whatever. But okay, we'll just.
They have the main people from East Blue cast, which is like the first place you start in this series.
Okay. Oh, they do. Are you
satisfied? They look like they'd be good. Like that's the only thing I can think of is like I said, I don't know if it's possible to do a One Piece live action because of how absurd the world is. Like I said, the thing that may or may not make the cut. I love it, but it is very wild. There's a lot of insane powers and stuff that go into it. It's not like Dragon Ball where it's just like, oh, it's everyone has like a vague set of similar martial arts based powers.
Yeah.
It's like everyone in the beginning, the central power is typically all like general combat, but like the superpower-esque thing is derived from shit like called devil fruits. And basically you eat them and you become able to do things of like a certain type. Like the main character, Luffy, is a rubber man. So he's super fucking stretchy. And also it's like has the qualities of rubber. And there's like people who are, and much as that starts off like, oh, so like you just become the quality of things. Eventually, there's like weird shit, like a guy, and this is super late on, but a guy whose body is an egg that slowly keeps fucking cracking he's essentially immortal. But like it gets really fucking strange, and I don't see how it's possible to make this world, especially when your main character's fighting style involves him like wildly stretching his limbs all over the place.
Well, maybe it's just CGI'd as fuck. No?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I just don't think
it'll come off as not corny.
Well, that is also the big struggle because like a lot of different anime things, watching it in English oftentimes isn't that great. There's some times where like English dub, they get like good people, like Cowboy Bebop has a great English dub and like Samurai Champloo, but like a lot of the times, and especially with these ones that feature like younger kind of cast, like they're like they're basically all adults. I think like everyone is at least 16 to like 30, but like it is like that's like you have a wide age range,
right?
And like English voice actors for some reason have a habit of making like younger voices sound horrible. And so like these characters that like if you're listening and reading in Japanese are like in like they're goofy but endearing are suddenly just annoying.
Right.
And so that's like a worry for me is like I don't know if they can get the personality things to translate, but the cast looks good to me.
So they're like, already ahead of the game as far as Death Note, basically.
Yeah, I mean Death Note, they took a couple chances that I thought were good, like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah,
as Ryuk, I thought would kill it. And what was it? Was it Lakeith as L? I thought as much as that's like, yeah, obviously they like took a chance on that because like the character is not black in Death Note. But
right.
I thought upon seeing that Lakeith would do a very good job with that. Like I thought like, oh, I think I can see him actually nailing this character based on the other shit I've seen him do. I don't mind that. Some racist people are just like, no, my fictional character must be white as shit. But
I feel like they probably just threw Lakeith in because wasn't the main character super white?
Yeah, but also they changed like the whole thing with the that's where they fucked up is they, instead of keeping the actual story, they like threw it. They just kept like, well, what if we had the Death Note instead of like what the story actually is? We just make him like a common school shooter type.
Oh.
Versus like in the anime, he's like this. The whole point is he's brilliant like and no one suspects him, and like he's like this super popular, brilliant guy.
Yeah.
That like for the most part gets away with it, obviously, but like because he's the main character, and you're watching his like descent into madness essentially.
Right. While Lakeith's character searches for who it is.
Is trying to figure it out.
I never got to the end of the comics, but yeah. All right. So, yay or nay on One Piece?
I think
sounds like you're out.
Jess is texting.
I got him.
Jess, what are your thoughts on One Piece?
I'm ordering marijuana.
All right.
That's her thoughts on One Piece.
Okay.
Would be a blast to watch. I can tell you that much. But yeah, I think, like I said, I don't know how to do it. So I think I'm nay, and especially because Netflix and their history of even when everything looked like it was going to be perfect for like Cowboy Bebop, they still fucked up. Like I was so into like everything that slowly came out over the year of like over like all of 2020 and 2021,
and then it's
about
it. Ass.
And then like I was like, it wasn't terrible, but I was like, this is just okay. Like they had everything going for them, and it still was bad. And that's one that I had reasonable expectation because it's like, oh yeah, it's a dystopian world. We've done that a million.
Yeah,
dystopian space traveling world. That's based like it's like a Western. Yeah, I've seen that. We can do that. This is like an insane pirate world where everyone can do like wild, crazy shit. Like the third villain can basically like split his body apart in like whatever ways possible, and he's this big ass clown. Like it's an absurd universe that's going to be really hard to replicate. But like I said, I think I saw the initial cast photos for like the first people out of East Blue, and like they look good. I think like obviously with some of them it's like, yeah, hair and makeup's going to be involved, but like, yeah, they all look like, especially Luffy looked in my opinion, looks like he'd be good if they do some amazing shit. But also it's 1,039 chapters and going. Like
that's it?
Yeah, that's it. Just 25-30 years of continuous week to week writing
of one man's yeah.
And what's amazing is he seemingly wants to end it. Like there's like 4 years ago, not 4, it was like 2 or 3 right before the pandemic. Ichiro Oda had and he was like, how long do you think it's going to go on for? Like until it ends. He's like, oh, we're in the end game. I think I want to end it in like the next 5 to 7 years.
That's his way of.
Well, right now I'm just like, I can't figure out how you would end this in the next like 5 to 7 years from this point. Right. And he said that like 3 years ago. So I don't think it's ending anytime soon too. So either Netflix is just inherently try and do it going for like a viewership grab to be like, oh, there's a bunch of One Piece fans. Maybe they'll flock to our service at least to give it a shot. Or they're about to make like a fucking decade-long investment into this story.
I mean,
and
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, if it goes well, they have so much, so much they can use.
Yeah, and there's a lot that they don't have to based on like translating the live action, but like I just don't see how they keep like the charm and depth of this world in a live action setting. So I think I'm out, but I'm not saying I'm mostly saying I'm confused by like how they're going to do it.
I'm most concerned about if Jess is in or out.
Fuck it, I'm in.
All right, that's great.
She's in for my stretchy pirate guy. Awesome.
Yeah, I did pay attention. I know what you were saying. You said that's why it would be hard to bring the world to life because there's a lot of shit like that.
If it was one character that had weird abilities, it would be one thing. But it's like half
Everybody.
the cast.
Yeah,
Like,
I was
everyone
listening. I was
like,
listening.
Whatever.
There's one person
Anyway.
that's at the beating of solid light. It's a lot.
We did this half backwards because of me, but what did you guys do this weekend?
I didn't really do that much. I think I was just doing
Work-wise,
stuff
I
at-
guess.
stuff at the studio, audio editing and whatnot, and then looking for our future home, essentially.
It's a secret. Nobody's supposed to know yet.
Hey, man.
Keep your secrets to yourself. There's haters out in these streets. Okay? Haven't you ever?
Dude, you still have your fucking surveillance on.
Dude, you want me to be here on time or what?
We have like a 10-minute wait for Jess anyway.
I know, but whatever, dude. I'm tired, bro.
Okay.
Tired. This
So, yeah,
fucking-
I just was working on studio shit this weekend and this week. So what about you, Eric? What did you do?
Well, apparently this is my last day on a feature that was supposed to last for the next 4 weeks. They
That's a long feature.
no, it was the 31st to the end of the third week of February. So it's only 3 weeks.
Oh,
That's pretty standard. But the problem is this was they turned this into a 6-day week, and then
Somebody got COVID.
the last week is supposed to be a 6-day week as well. So it was a little longer than the normal situation, I guess. Well, long story short, I got to work today, and everyone was like, "Hey, the lead actress sprained her ankle this morning." I'm like, "Okay, what's the big deal?"
Well, how'd she do that?
Suck it up. I don't know. She slipped on ice because, I mean,
Because we had a bunch of rain and then freezing weather.
Ooh,
Yeah,
unlucky.
a bunch of rain, and yesterday and today were the coldest fucking days on planet Earth.
This is
Yeah.
this is what production gets for their hubris of being like, oh no, we'll just have 6-day weeks. It'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen.
Honestly, that's the karma of it. Not really karma. It's not like they're like, I mean, it was a last minute thing, but still, I mean, we got time and a half, so that was nice. The problem is, it was really nice to have this time and a half and then work for the next 3 weeks. Now I have this
Yeah.
time and a half, and I don't
Were they
know.
giving you Fraturdays though on your 1 day off? Because I literally hate when production does that.
What do you mean Fraturdays?
Fraturday, like they'll give you 1 day of the week off, and then your last day of the week is an overnight that you don't get out until fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, so you don't
No.
have a day off.
No,
Essentially.
it's 8 to 8 every day. The problem is we were shooting day for night when we could have been starting our day at 6 in the morning and just shooting these, whatever. It was like a whole thing. Anyway, she sprains her ankle. She goes to City MD. And I'm like, okay, City MD, it's not a big deal. How bad could it possibly be? Then before lunch, the director sits us down. We all have a meeting, and he's like, hey, listen, she fucked up her ankle. That shit is done. Dunzo, gone, done. She's about to fucking chop her legs off type shit. She might need surgery. What else did he say? Oh, and then he said, he's like, but I'm thinking about writing it into the script. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? This is the lead actress. So
Yeah.
now, and we've only been we're only a weekend, and the only things that we've shot is her and her family at a table talking about how they want to start a band. And now she's got one leg. And
Well,
then,
just write it in that they can't be in a band anymore because
Yeah.
she was
That's
going to be
it.
the drummer.
that's it. The movie's over. I don't know.
It turns into a short. It's just
This is a short film. The end is she breaks the leg and her dreams are ruined. That's it. And then what happened? And then today we were shooting, and we were doing some light gags, and I haven't read the script, but I'm realizing that this is some sort of like a science fiction fantasy type movie, and I'm still confused about it. But there's like portals that they're entering into. Anyway, So basically, the director's idea was to there's like a regular the real world and then the magic world or whatever the fuck it is that
This movie sounds horrendous.
Listen. Anyway, in this movie,
how you can.
In this movie world, he was like, well, maybe she could just have a broken leg in the movie world. And I'm like, I don't even. It sounds fucking stupid.
Why is the director consulting Grip and Electric?
He's not. He wasn't.
Wouldn't you have like great accomplished screenwriter Eric Grisanti on your team? How do you think we should write this into the script? I've seen your work. I know you'd be able to pull this off.
I've seen your work. It's just as shitty as this movie, and I would love for you to give me your input. Anyway, long story short, then we get to the end of the day. He makes an announcement like, bro, she's got to get surgery. She's going to be out for at least a week. And then it's like rehabilitation. So we might as well just
surgery. Damn, she really fucked up her ankle. That wasn't like a fall. She fucking fell.
Yeah. I mean,
that wasn't all, she fell.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to her, though. She showed up on set after City MD. She came with the cast and the whole thing. They had what did they have? They had the makeup girl who kind of looks like her from behind. They gave her I swear to God.
Asshole.
Wait, so wait.
Oh. I swear to God, no. So they gave
she looks like Claire?
No, not Claire.
No, she looks like the actress from behind, though. From behind. Means they have the same hair color, I'm assuming. Like, they probably look nothing alike.
No.
The same hair color.
Well, no, they gave her extensions in it. She looked just like her from behind. And they kind of just
I'm glad you giggled at it, Jay, because it's just because you keep going from behind.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. From behind. Not whatever.
This episode.
From behind.
From behind.
Whatever. It's two basic white girls. They both look the same. That's it. That's
So they used the makeup girl as a stunt double?
Yeah, from behind. The back of her head.
Who's on it? Anybody fun?
Don't know if you would know anybody. No, I don't think you know anybody. Anyway,
Anybody famous?
No, you don't know. I think the second lead, you would know her.
Actress is Angela Bassett.
Yeah, have you heard of
Kate Beckinsale?
George Clooney?
Just this indie guy, Matt Damon.
I think he played Batman. His name is Ben Affleck. Anyway, that's it.
Julia Rose.
So Monday's the last day. We're gonna pack up that location. We're gonna shoot whatever we can, and then they're hoping to come back in like March or April. So.
Who's the other actress that I would know? Come on, spill the tea. I'm gonna do what you do to me all the time.
No, I genuinely. Her name is Anna, the blonde lady that does a bunch of Lifetime TV movies.
Anna Faris?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my week. So now I'm looking for work because I'm fucked. But today was nice. Today was the most I got paid ever in my life. Time and a half, I got like $700, and that's where I'm at. Anyways, I'm gonna cry. Dakota Johnson was cast as Madam Webb for Sony Spider-Man spinoff, and by Sony Spider-Man spinoff, that means that what?
Who the fuck is Madam Webb, and why do all these superhero movies just have 20,000 fucking characters?
Look it up.
Madam Webb is
his mom.
No, it's. I'm trying to remember from like the animated show from when I grew up because she was in it. And the storyline that I remember her being a part of is one where like Peter becomes like straight up like a full blown fucking literal Spider-Man. But like she's kind of a more almost God-ish character. Like not necessarily that she is God, but like she's like the supreme
It says
spider
here,
power person.
yeah, it says here she's connected to a life support system because like she resembles the spider web.
But yeah,
That's what it says.
I believe you. But anyway, this
And
means
she's
that
blind, and she's got some kind of disease that I can't not say for the life of me.
try it right now. Do it. Try to say it.
It's myasthenia gravis.
Yo, end the Zoom call right now.
What the fuck is it? You say it.
Share the screen so I can read it.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and say it out loud.
Oh my god. Anyway, Dakota Johnson, not a fan in general. Never been, never have been. She was in a movie with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is a sexy man. He could do a lot better than Dakota Johnson. Oh, it was the movie. This is before Shia LaBeouf got
Myasthenia
canceled.
gravis.
Wait, Eric.
I heard it.
Myasthenia gravis.
Yeah, but I still don't know how to say it.
My stevia granis.
gravis. It's a V.
Granis.
Gravis.
Speaking of words, I still got 8 in a row wordles correct. But anyway,
I got so busy I kind of just stopped for a second.
anyway,
I got yesterday's in 2.
you're not gonna get today.
I'm not gonna get to them.
It's finally a bitch.
But the fact that you got yesterday is pretty impressive, though.
What was
I
it
didn't-
yesterday?
I don't remember, but I got it, and I was impressed that I got it. I was like, "There's no way that this even made any sense." But anyway, Dakota Johnson, Madam Webb, which means okay. So if Sony is doing Madam Webb, that means that Sony is probably going to do their own Spider-Man, which means Sony is actually going to do the Andrew Garfield situation and continue that series. Which, I mean, we had something on the doc the other day where it said that Sony wanted all 3 Batmen to work together in a film together. I think it'd be pretty cool.
Batman?
Spider-Man. Yeah, Batman to do a crossover. He jumps in there.
No, you literally said,
No, I know. I know what I said. I meant Spider-Man.
okay, and you said all 3 Batman, like there isn't 3 Batman to put in a movie. Don't make me look stupid, bitch.
All 3 Spider-Men as like you go in knowing that they're going to be in it kind of thing.
That's kind of cool, but everything that I just read about the Madam Webb, she's old, she's blind, she's diseased. Dakota Johnson is not old, not blind, and not diseased.
Do you think they're going to get canceled because she doesn't have a disease or is blind?
Possibly. No shit. Like there was this movie that I watched recently, and I was like, oh, this is a good movie. The actress did a great job, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked up online on Twitter, and everybody was like, this is ableist. She's not actually walking with a cane.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, because in the movie, the girl got into a car accident. It left like damage, so she had to like walk with like a walker in her hand, kind of like not a cane, but like one of those things. And people were pissed that she was not actually injured.
They should
You
actually
gotta stop eating.
I'm sorry. They should have injured her. If that was the case.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why not?
All right. So
But this is good. They might. I'm just saying it's weird because she's not old. Like, how are you you're gonna cast a Madam Web that's the same age as your Spider-Man?
I mean, they did that with Aunt May. She's supposed to be 100,000 years old, but
Aunt May was old.
what?
No, but they in the new Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't watch the new Spider.
You didn't watch the 3 Spider-Man movies that came out?
I've only seen Tobey Maguire's, and she's old. Do not tell me she's not old.
She's old, but that's not who I was talking about. All 3 Tom Hollands.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess you can get away with that because Tom Holland actually looks like a teenager, whereas Tobey Maguire looked like
Also
a
a good
30-year-old
point.
man in high school.
That's also a very good point. You do have a point there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck Dakota Johnson. Let's, what else we got? Goosebumps live action.
That's kind of cool.
I do like that. But what was good? What was
Specify
Goosebumps?
live action because
I
we
did.
had a Goosebumps live
Wait,
action.
I was just going to say Goosebumps was live action.
Well, there's a new Goosebumps live action. No, but that was the movie. No.
No, there was a Goosebumps show. Like, I remember it.
growing up.
I remember the drain episode vividly. Like I didn't want to go in the pool by myself for a solid week after that episode.
Well, no, yeah, they had it back in the day. That's what, but they're bringing it back, but they're putting it on Disney. So, I mean, I was gonna just ask, do you think that Disney would ruin the vibe that it used to have with us when we were kids?
Probably. Didn't it used to be on Nickelodeon too?
Really?
I think so. Or maybe that was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That Are You Afraid of the Dark was on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Goosebumps was not on Disney, I don't think, because I was able to watch it and I did not have Disney growing up.
Yeah,
so.
no, it definitely wasn't on Disney. I used to watch it, but I don't know what it was on. I thought it was Nickelodeon only because I used to watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then there's like this camp show that was a scary show. And it had the people from Degrassi in it. And I used to watch that.
Camp show with people from Degrassi.
It was like the cast members from Degrassi were in it, and they used to sit around the campfire and tell like scary stories.
Oh yeah, I think I know where. But isn't that Are You Afraid of the Dark, where they start telling a story and then it kind of cuts to?
Is that Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark does start off with them every episode. They show up around the campfire, and then they're like, "This is the tale of
So what I think I'm doing is mixing the two shows up. But there was definitely a scary show with the girl from Degrassi.
Why are you laughing?
What's funny?
You couldn't get a loft. That was today's word.
Oh. It took me all the way to how many chances do you get?
6.
This was the worst. I had 6 chances for this.
I mean, it took me 4 because my first guest gave me absolutely 0 letters, but
this is a podcast where we discuss Wordle.
Literally, I've yet to have anything go to 6. So
what the fuck? Hold on. So I was trying to find the show, and I googled because I knew what character was on the show from Degrassi. So I googled that character, and her name, it's Paige from Degrassi. Did any of you watch it? Because
the blonde girl.
Yes, and apparently she was bisexual in the show.
Maybe towards the end.
I don't know. I was gonna say no in Degrassi, and I'm like, I don't remember her being bisexual. She dated Spinner.
Yeah, probably towards the end. Yeah, which I mean, because she got really attractive, and
I kind of fell off the
mixed it up.
Towards the end. I kind of fell off it, so you could be right. But I used to watch Degrassi all the time, and I just don't remember that.
Bro, I used to read Goosebumps books. I used to read that shit like it was nothing. I love those. Would it be weird if I started reading those again?
A little bit, but there's worse things you can do.
That's a good point.
Well, you know what though? Disney Plus has Criminal Minds on it.
What?
Criminal Minds is on Disney Plus. So I was just thinking about it. They might not fuck up Goosebumps because they're doing a lot of like edgy shit now. Even I saw, what did I just see that was...
Criminal Minds is on both Netflix and Disney Plus?
No, they took it off Netflix.
I swear I just saw it. I just watched it like last week.
I'm obsessed with that show, and I think something similar happened to me, and that's why I found out they made a deal with Disney Plus. Like, I'm pretty sure I went to go pull up an episode. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I went to go pull up an episode, and Criminal Minds wasn't there anymore.
That's such a weird... Who the fuck is on Disney Plus looking for Criminal Minds?
Oh, no, it's still there.
It's going to be a revival. Yeah, I was going to say, I swear, I literally just looked this. I think...
No, it's still there, but they do have it. Like, that's why it's so popular now. Like, Disney Plus gave it a new audience.
No, it's coming to Paramount Plus.
Yeah, but it's on Disney.
It's on...
See? Look. Disney Plus. Oh, I don't... Disney Plus.
That is that is an ad.
I know. Wait, hold on. I just had it. Motherfucking shit. Hold on.
Criminal Minds.
I don't think I have the app on my phone.
What? You don't have anything on that phone.
It says Disney Plus. Right, hold on.
Just click that link.
Watch Criminal Minds full episode Disney Plus, and then when I click it, it brings me to a fucking ad.
Well, what's great is I'm on Netflix right now.
Yeah, Netflix, I saw it, but it's on Disney Plus.
You just said it wasn't on Netflix.
I know, and then I looked and I said, no, it's still on Netflix, but it is on Disney Plus.
We're getting claimed.
Yeah, definitely. I guess my thing was like, it was definitely on Netflix, definitely not on Disney Plus, because I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, no, I thought I searched it the other day and couldn't find it, but then it just came up. But that's why they're reviving it, because they were gonna not do the revival, and then it got super popular again because they put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but it says it's going to be revived on Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
so
but
6
also
stars are to return.
It's going to be stupid though, because not everybody's coming back, so it makes no sense.
They had like a rotated cast for a minute. Like the main people started out, a couple of them left.
Well,
like,
yeah, but it was like.
And Paget Brewster, or Paget, however you pronounce her name, she left for like a season or two and then came back. Even
she left and she came back. AJ Cook left and came back for a season. I forget it. I don't know his real name, but Hotch left because he kicked a writer and they fired him.
The writer?
But yeah,
that's really
he kicked the writer.
I'm not saying you should do that, but I love that being like the reason.
No, if you should read the story, Jake, because it literally is so fucking stupid. Like, it's so stupid that it doesn't even seem real. Like, that's how stupid it is. And the writer is just such a baby for getting him fired, I have to be honest, because it was like a spat back and forth, and he didn't like fucking donkey kick him. He just was like, fuck you.
Fucking, but they don't have the dude who plays Spencer coming back, so
yeah. And that's the other thing too. It's like everybody kind of left towards the end, so it was like it was pretty much the same cast until season 11, and then everybody left, and it was on for 15. So okay, I guess you had 4 seasons, but
yeah, I mean, for a series that long, I don't see why you need to do it prop it back up. I guess like Law and Order has been around in various forms forever, but like,
I mean, they also they always bring back 1 or 2 originals, pay them a shit ton of money, and then they bounce. They did that with CSI with Grisham recently, and the white lady with the gap teeth. I don't know her name.
Yeah, but I think just
who you're talking about.
Yeah, we do know who you're talking about, but I think Criminal Minds is like, first of all, it only ended like a year ago. So like, if you're going to revive it and the main cast is busy, wait a little bit.
Wait till they're not busy.
Like,
but they just made so much money from being on all the seasons.
They just ended the show literally like in 2020. Like, I think it ended during the pandemic or right before it. So like,
well, they probably just couldn't continue it with that same cast. Like, just giving them.
No, that wasn't even it. CBS has been trying to cancel the show forever. Like, they swapped showrunners and everything. CBS has been wanting to cancel the show for a couple seasons, but then CBS canceled it. Disney Plus revived it. Like, Disney Plus picked it up, started playing it, and then all these new people started finding the show. And then it got popular. So now they're like, oh, we're definitely going to do the revival. Because the revival is like, they canceled it on CBS. And then right after they canceled it, there was talks about a revival. Like literally the day after the finale aired, there was articles about the Paramount Plus thing.
Does anybody have Paramount Plus?
No, but they're rebooting everything.
Yeah, and that's part of why I don't want to fucking get Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want my like shows that already are finished.
Yeah, it's just recycled content. Like they're the ones doing the Teen Wolf movie too, I think.
Oh, but we need Teen Wolf. We need a new Teen Wolf every decade, I think.
No, they're picking up the show. Remember the MTV show?
No.
Oh, well, there's the MTV show Teen Wolf. They're reviving it on Paramount Plus into a movie, though.
As they should. It
was decent. It wasn't bad.
Well, it's a new decade, new Teen Wolf.
I could have sworn they shit on that.
Technically, he'd be an adult wolf now, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
You keep him. This is how you keep it Teen Wolf. You keep ending the series and bring it back. You can just reboot the whole fucking thing if you feel like it.
Yeah. Zoe Deschanel. Banging Jake Johnson. Jack Johnson. Jake Johnson, dude.
I think it's funnier.
I know how to read it. Jake Johnson.
Zoe Deschanel is banging Jake.
Not right now, but she was back in the day. Apparently. Jess, you need to Google this before I say things.
The only thing I saw was that they had too much chemistry, and the writers told them, the directors, I would guess, not writers, told them to chill out. So I don't know what.
All right, they were not
article
banging.
you saw. I'm looking it up now, though. I'm looking it up now, though. Hold on.
This is a moot conversation because they were not banging. They just were very good friends, and they needed to be stopped.
Yes, that is.
The only thing that can stop the power of friendship is a director and writing staff.
So yeah, it is what I said. It was they had too much chemistry, and the writers and directors told them to slow it down until the end because it says, I remember them saying, you guys have such great chemistry, but this is a series. We have to play it out over time. So we don't want to put you guys in the same storylines together, is what they said.
What? It's a show about friends for most of the fucking thing.
Yeah, it says right here they wanted to have the fans feel like the chemistry was growing between them throughout the series, not that it was already there.
I mean, they did kind of do a good job. They kept them separate for a good while on the show. I don't know if any of you watched it, but
yeah, I actually don't think that that's a bad show. That's like a good background noise show.
damn, I wouldn't put on the back. I mean, maybe.
I've never put it on to actually watch. I've just put it on as background noise. That's why I say that.
It's kind of messed up. They have a podcast together. Not Jake, but Zoe and two other of the cast members.
That's where this came out on the podcast.
Oh, that's when she was discussing it.
Yeah.
Eric makes these docs and apparently spends no time looking into what they're actually.
He doesn't at all.
I like to find out on the spot. You know, get my live reaction. You know what I mean?
Also,
everybody's doing that too, though. Oh, go Jake.
There's a new Gossip Girl pod that's hosted by a bunch of the original Gossip Girl cast.
Yeah, I listened to the One Tree Hill one. The One Tree Hill cast. The girls do one.
I never watched One Tree Hill, so
I love One Tree Hill.
I was aware of it.
Do they just talk shit about the show the entire time?
Well, One Tree Hills is interesting because like they love the show, but at the same time they were all like sexually assaulted on set by the creator. So it's actually super interesting to listen to because they don't shy away from it. Like
breaking news.
Yeah.
On the Hold for Everything podcast.
No, people know Mark Schwann's a dick. He got fired from Royals and all that once that stuff came out. But yeah, they talk about it like completely unfiltered. They'll talk about how fun it is, and then in the same podcast, they'll be like, "Well, in this scene, I was a teenager, and he was like, blah blah," blah. And you're like, "Oh shit!"
What?
So it's kind of cool.
Is it still going on then?
One Tree Hill?
The
podcast. They're doing every season, so they're up to season 2 now. One Tree Hill had 9 seasons.
So what is it? An episode per episode?
Yeah, exactly. What's Gossip Girls, Jake?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it. I just heard an advertisement for it.
Oh, gotcha.
I pictured Jake just sitting there. We're listening to Gossip Girl talk about Gossip Girl.
No, well, but the Office girls do it too.
I think that's what it is. I don't know I don't think it's the way that it was described in the advertisement. I don't think it's episodic as much as it is like two of the cast are like the hosts, and they like do interviews with like the other people, and they talk about moments maybe.
Oh, gotcha.
It could be episodic. Like I said, I haven't fucking listened to it yet. I probably will.
The One Tree Hill one, they bring in guest stars to like help review the episode every once in a while of like people from the show. Yeah. But the Office girls have one too. It's literally called The Office Ladies, and theirs is an episodic review or whatever.
So it's like, Pam and who else?
It's hold on.
The one who plays the like very conservative blonde lady who fucks Dwight. I only watched like a little bit of The Office, but I've seen the photo of the podcast on like whatever my preferred podcast service is.
Yeah, I've never actually seen the Office podcast. I just know, I think they were the OGs who started this whole rewatch trend. I think that's
Office girls.
Yeah,
I thought it was the Scrubs one. That's the one I remember getting big press.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Is that all the guys, or is that just like
Yeah, it's Donald Faison and Zach Braff, and they do episodic, and they bring in cast members over the course of time as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's called Fake Doctors, Real Friends with Zach and Donald.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. That's kind of cool.
I listened to it for a bit. It came out like early pandemic, or maybe like it came out right before. Who knows? But the early pandemic, when there was like nothing to do, like the only time we even attempted to have a lockdown was like, oh, I guess I'll listen to this. And it was fine. But after a while, I was like, I didn't care enough about Scrubs while it was on. Aren't giving it this level of attention now.
Yeah.
David Spade is sorry. David Spade's doing a similar podcast. I don't know if it's him. Yeah, Joe Dirt. I don't know if it's. I don't know if,
a whole hour-long episode for every 2 minutes of the movie.
Yes. He's like, and this is another terrible joke that was told this minute, and this minute, and this minute, and this minute.
Bro, we need to pick a show to rewatch because there's a fucking Anubis rewatch podcast, and I guarantee you neither one of you even know what the fuck that show is.
I don't know what an Anubis is.
Yeah, it was this old stupid fucking Harry Potter like Nickelodeon show that it used to be on, and it was so fucking bad and stupid, and they have like a ton of fucking subscribers.
Well, we're not Anubis watchers, okay? This is the
House of Anubis. Podcast. It was called House of Anubis.
We're not a new buy.
Yeah. Okay. David Spade's got he's got a podcast. I don't know if he has a co-host or not, but it's him, and he brings in a guest. He only talks SNL. He only brings in SNL guests, and I guess they just talk SNL and stories behind the scenes. I don't know if when it comes out, but I've always been interested in like SNL stories behind the scenes.
He's gonna date Pete Davidson.
Damn.
You think Pete's gonna break up with us?
I think he's already on Jason Momoa at this point.
Probably.
Damn. Poor Jason Momoa.
How gangster would it be if Pete Davidson broke up with Kim Kardashian and then started dating Julia Rose? Just Julia for Rose? Shits and gigs. Oh, you don't know what's going on? You've not been on the internet at all?
Julia Rose is Kanye's girl?
Yeah, well, his fake girlfriend, and she's gold digging like a motherfucker.
Dude, I don't know why, though, because I feel like...
She was in Uncut Gems. She was Adam Sandler's girlfriend.
And she was great in that movie. I don't know, but I haven't seen her in anything else after that.
Well, because she's basically a Kim K. She's a socialite. She's like...
Right, but why? But before that, nobody knew who she was. She was like an Instagram hire.
Exactly. She like dated Drake, and that's what she was famous for. She was famous for like.
She was famous for before Uncut Gems.
Not dating after? Drake, but for like getting around.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was a whole other.
Yeah, it totally was. I was just making a joke because I find that whole situation to be kind of fucking funny.
What is he actually?
Wait, is it Julia Rose? I think I fucked up. I think Julia Rose is Jake Paul's girlfriend.
Anyways, Macaulay Culkin is
Julia Fox. Her name is Julia Fox. Correct myself right now.
It's too late. You're gonna get roasted.
I'm gonna get roasted, but it's fine.
Hey, Jess. You want to know what You want to know what just got renewed for season 3?
What's up?
Euphoria.
Yeah, I saw it.
Anyways, Macaulay Culkin
I think, you know what I think happened? I think I was talking to somebody.
What happened, Jess? What happened?
I think I was talking to somebody on set about Euphoria.
That's what happened.
Yeah, but they said that it was going to end, and then I just ran with it. I think
who was it? What it was. Give me their name right now. We're going to call them, bring them on the podcast, and just fucking.
They actually want. I'm not going to say their name, but they actually want to come on the podcast. I've told you. You know who it is, actually.
Chase?
Yeah.
We're gonna dox him.
Don't dox my boy. That's my boy.
No, we're gonna dox him. We're gonna dox Chase because he's giving you false information about Euphoria being
Chase
over.
is my boy. That's my boy.
Anyway, Chase. I don't know his last name, so we can't really dox him. Anyway,
Chase pretty cool. Wide receiver, Steelers.
He plays for the Steelers. He's actually the.
I mean, he's Pittsburgh Steve.
He's the wide running receiver.
Yeah, they do run.
I was trying to like mix positions, and then I'm like, well, quarterback and running back can't be mixed because it's the same thing. So like, what positions are you gonna?
Quarterback and running back are not the same thing.
No, I mean you can't mix them because if you say quarterback, you're still saying you know what I'm saying? Like it's running back, quarterback, so you can't swap the words.
Sounds like the same to me. All right, let's go Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles.
Let's go Bills.
All right. So what do we got? We got a couple things. We got Macaulay Culkin developing.
I want to talk about Grease because I didn't hear about this.
Okay, so apparently they're making. Well, not apparently. I think it's happening. It's over. Grease: Rise of the Pink announces the cast.
No. Oh,
What do you mean no?
Rise of the Pink Ladies.
No, it's just Rise of the Pink, dude.
Nope, dude. It's Rise of the Pink Ladies, my friend.
Dude, they must have changed the name. It's Rise of the Pink now, dude.
Nope. Still Pink Ladies.
All right. Jess, give us a rundown of what the show is. I'm assuming.
I honestly didn't know. I just Googled Rise of the Pink and everything says Rise of the Pink Ladies.
Once again, Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They're redoing everything.
Is it really Paramount Plus?
Yeah. I told you, dude, they're just recycling everybody's content.
That's the name of this podcast. We've been rebooted by
We've been
Paramount.
canceled. We're getting picked back up on Paramount Plus. The fuck? This is like a dedication to not writing new content.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's just recycling everything. Who the fuck is going to pay for this?
What is Grease Rise of the Pink? It's just about the girls during that time, no?
I'm seeing a prequel, but I'm not seeing.
I mean, that actually.
I'm not seeing much about a plot. I'm just seeing prequel series. So it's a series.
So we get to watch because they're popular in the movies. So I guess you watch.
They were popular, yeah. They were popular from the start, except for Sandy.
All right. So who's the? Yeah, but
wait, how are they going to do a prequel? Because Sandy's wouldn't be in it.
Yeah, it's not about Sandy.
Sandy's not in the second one either. I don't think they're
the
actually.
The second one was so bad, though. Do you actually like Grease 2?
No,
I don't know if I actually like Grease. It's been like a long time since I've seen Grease 2. I know I have seen it, and I know that
I love Grease.
But I would imagine
I don't think they have any.
Go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say I don't think this is about any of the original cast, like any of the members that we see. I think the implication is the foundation of like these different of like the gang itself, basically.
Yeah.
So
I think
like, the Pink Ladies concept is supposedly something that's there before the girls and after. So I think it's more about like how they started out, because like the boy gang thing is like touched upon in a million different movies. So it's probably like, oh, we have like a girl gang thing kind of going here. So
right. I would imagine they're just milking the name of, like, I'm sure they had a storyline for this idea and they're just milking the Grease name. Kind of like it's like Grand Theft Auto kind of just does that or not like an anthology thing, but to like they easily could have made this show without that name, but they're using the name to get people to watch, if that makes any sense. Like they could have, like Jake said, that they could write that type of story.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was trying to figure something out before I said it.
That's all right.
Well, no, because it says like who they're cast, like the names of like who was cast as who.
Go ahead. Can we get a screen share of this cast?
Well, yeah, but no, because it's kind of dumb. It's like in an article you have to read through it, which is why I was kind of like doing my research. But it says like Cheyenne Isabel Wells as Olivia, and I was like, wait a minute, Olivia, and then it hit me that like Olivia is the name of the real person, not
Olivia Newton-John, not
exactly. So I was like, oh shit, yeah.
We got Marissa Davila as Jane, Cheyenne Isabel Wells as Olivia, Ari Nataramamaso as Cynthia.
Jesus, Eric. Just stop, because these aren't like none of them are a big name. You won't have to like embarrass yourself further.
In Eric's defense,
she can't pronounce it
I
either.
wouldn't be able to pronounce that name either.
We got Trisha. I'm not gonna say that because Trisha Fukuhara.
Jesus Christ, this is why I told you to stop.
I'm only laughing because he goes like, I'm not gonna say that, and I look at the name and it just says "fuck" in the front.
Yeah.
Of it.
But I gave it a little accent. Fukuhara, Chanel Bailey, okay. Madison Thompson as Susan, Jonathan Neves as Richie, Jason Schmidt. Oh, wait, Jason Schmidt. How do I know that name? As Buddy.
No.
Because I think it's like the name of a character in New Girl.
Yeah.
Schmitty.
Schmidt.
We just talked about New Girl.
We did. But there's no photos. There's no photos for these guys, which
that's why I said
one
it would be hard for me to share my screen because it's all in like a text paragraph.
No, here
There
you
is
go.
on the one that I'm looking at.
Yeah. Look, if you just go on IMDb, this was an easy screen share.
I wasn't on IMDb, you fucker.
I meant I just got here. The pictures are all here. We just made it a lot more difficult than we needed to.
Anyway, yay or nay on Rise of the Pink Ladies?
Rise of the Pink Ladies. I'm gonna have to give it a hard motherfucking pass.
No, I'm gonna watch it.
Trash.
I'm not gonna get Paramount Plus for it, but I'll probably like illegally watch 1 or 2 episodes.
I will illegally watch a couple episodes too. I'm not gonna get Paramount Plus.
I hope this episode gets taken down because we are announcing the fact that we're gonna illegally watch a show.
Don't matter. I could illegally do whatever the fuck I want to stream. I'm not the one putting the link up.
Wow.
Come get me, bitch.
Jake, how long do we have?
I got a VPN. Come get me in Russia.
Got about 5 minutes. All right. You guys get to pick last 2 topics are on you. Can we talk about oh shit. All right. Should we do Macaulay Culkin or Spike Lee or both?
I was gonna say, what about Joe
Rogan?
Why not? I mean, Macaulay Culkin developing a travel series is not like the most cool, I guess. Like,
that is cool.
I don't want to watch it unless I'm watching him do ayahuasca.
Well, that's a very specific journey going on.
I mean, we could do. What about we got Michael Rapaport. He's from Atypical.
Dude, did you see him fucking freaking out because somebody threw a snowball at him? And I'm like, that is the nicest thing to throw at somebody. Why are you crying?
I saw that. I saw that today. I thought it was fake. So, Jake, you know who Michael Rapaport is, right?
Yeah, I do think it's weird that he still like gets brought up as often as he does, because it seems to me like his relevance should be like done by now. But every now and then he sneaks into. Like, remember when like he fired? Was it Barstool that he was fired from?
Yeah, because he was beefing with them.
Yeah, and then he still had I guess he ran their Twitter or something like that because he locked them out of their own Twitter for like a day. And I remember being like, oh, that's kind of funny. But then like after that, just like seemingly like every 12, 16 months, there's a new Michael Rapaport thing. And I'm just like, why?
Well,
and
he's
always like that stupid petty shit too.
Yeah.
Where it's like a video of him like walking around a neighborhood talking about what New York used to be. And it's like, all right, dude, that's fine. But it seems like you have to like just adjust to reality at this point.
And didn't he had beef with KD, I think, at some point, like last year.
Yo, KD is a bitch, though. Come at me, KD. I know your burners are watching this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, KD's a great basketball player. The thing is, he's so fucking sensitive. I've never met, well, not that I met him, but I've never seen a professional athlete so sensitive.
But what exactly, I mean, God.
What were you going to ask, Eric?
I was going to try to get a rundown on what exactly happened with the KD thing, but it's so old that I didn't
I don't even know what. I think Michael Rapaport just tweeted at him. Like Kevin.
The Rapaport thing.
Yeah, I think it's just like Kevin, like he tweeted at Kevin Durant. And Kevin, I'm telling you, he's super sensitive. He's just fucking sensitive. Kevin Durant got caught on his burner accounts. Like he was legit sticking up for himself on burner accounts.
Oh, that's why you made the burner account jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michael Rapaport, he well, what was the latest thing that he got? Anyway,
he said
Oh,
it
The
says
latest thing is literally he was crying because what is it, Jake? Go for it.
I was gonna say it says he's gonna fight Ari
Oh, no.
Schaefer.
well, no, not that. That I was going to get into after, but I guess I was
Oh.
just going to say he's on Atypical on Netflix, so he's still relevant, I guess, because Atypical is a popular show on Netflix. That's still, they just released a new season at the end of last year. He plays it's funny because it's kind of like a Bob Saget thing. He plays like this loving dad that everybody loves, and then after he's done filming, he's just this Italian. Hey, oh, fuck you. What the fuck? Hey, mom.
I watched something and I found more information out about Bob Saget.
Oh, here we're not getting into
we're not going to get into it. I'm just saying I did.
Anyway, so
you think that they got that Michael Rapaport is on there because they couldn't get Bill Burr?
Probably.
I think that's just like they probably were like, well, we might be able to get Bill Burr, and then they were like, oh no, we can't. He's a little bit too expensive.
Well, they got Michael Rapaport hosting the Wendy Williams show while she's away.
What?
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
And everybody's trying to tell me that we're not in a parallel universe. Like we totally are in a different world.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess because Wendy's she's having a moment. She's having, I don't know. She's a little mentally not there, I guess, right now.
She's been.
Yeah. So she's lost it, and I guess they had him as a guest host, and they kind of keep him around. Anyway, so what happened? I don't know if you know who Ari Schaefer is.
Wait.
But what happened?
Can I just read this headline real quick?
God.
Michael Rapaport, the human cold sore, gets smoked with Snowball and told to shut the fuck up during live stream. That's literally the headline.
But yeah, I know who Ari Schaefer is. He used to host.
He used to host a show that got taken over by the other guy, and he's
Roy Wood Jr. Yeah,
and he always talks about. I mean, he doesn't hate on Roy Wood, but he always mentions he loved that show, and
that's a really good one. There's a lot of, and it still is good. It's
with Roy Wood. He's still on it.
I don't know if it's still existing, but even the Roy Wood seasons, but also they play a very small part. They just occasionally have their own set.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was that called?
We'll look it up really quick. But while I'm doing that, so Jess, Ari Shaffir is the guy who made the joke about Kobe when Kobe passed away.
This is not happening. That's what it was called.
This is not happening. I thought that was not happening with Ari Shaffir. Oh, you're right. Okay. But yeah, so he's a comedian, and I guess Ari made a joke about Rapaport about hitting his wife or hitting women or something like that. And Michael Rapaport was like, bro, I'm going to fuck you up the next time I see you. And Ari Shaffir was doing stand-up, I think last week, couple days ago. And Michael Rapaport showed up at the show months after these comments were made, and he beat the shit out of Ari Shaffir.
Oh shit!
At the show.
That's fucking. I don't know. That's weird.
Wait, was this before or after he got hit with the snowball?
This is right before. So this just happened a week ago, and then he got hit with the snowball today or yesterday.
Well, that's the shit that I was laughing about because he was on Instagram. I saw the clip on Twitter, and he was on Instagram Live, and he was talking about Whoopi Goldberg. He was going on a big ass long rant about Whoopi Goldberg. Somebody pelted him with a fucking snowball while he was talking, and they started crying about it.
But he was a sport about it because I think he tweeted. He was like, "Yo, we gotta find the person who threw a fucking snowball at my face while I was on live," or something like that. Oh shit! I guess we could. I mean, we could end that and just talk about the. Do we want to talk about the Whoopi Goldberg thing? Because that technically is TV, but I know we're running out of time. So what do you want to do? What are your thoughts? What are we
run out of time at this point?
All right, so fuck Whoopi Goldberg. It's not worth it.
She's basically just a dumb shit.
Okay, we'll kind of mix in both. Okay, so Whoopi Goldberg, Joe Rogan, they're kind of both in the same situation. Really,
Yeah.
quick. We'll do it quick, Jake. I promise. I know you.
Big same situation.
No, same. Not same situation. But I guess I would say, is her getting suspended? Does it help anything? Should she be? I guess I'm just asking for your opinion. Should she be suspended? Should she get fired for what she said? And who decides on that? Like, are we? I guess I don't know. There's 1,000 questions that could be asked, but
I only vaguely know what's going on with Whoopi Goldberg. The thing I seem to understand about it is that she said the Holocaust wasn't about race.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess, one, she's wrong, obviously, but there are like a lot of people who also that are just like Jews are white. And it's like, well, a lot of white supremacists don't think so. So maybe we should consider that.
It's also I was like on Handy Dandy Twitter. There was a lady that was a Holocaust survivor who was like, oh, I'd love to come on the show and talk to her about it, because she was like, she's just uneducated, like she doesn't, it's ignorance.
I like, then stuff like this occasionally happens, and very typically it is just people who are saying shit they don't know what they're talking about with. Like, there's a little bit difference and this is, I guess, when it comes down to shit that happens like this, is intent and like purpose does matter. Like, I don't know what the consequences for like these kind of things should be, but like, it's not like she was out there in the streets of Charlotte talking about how the Jews will not replace us. There probably shouldn't be the same level of consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, in her defense, not that she's right at all, but her argument was that it was like, it wasn't a race thing. It was a human, I forget what word she used, but basically trying to say like it's just humans being stupid, like being evil.
Yeah, and that there's the other point in that it's not like she's coming around to defend Nazis. Like, she still was like, it was some crazy shit, just wasn't racial.
Exactly.
Once again, she's wrong about that.
Yeah, to clarify 100%.
Yeah. Because also, like, as much as like, Jewish people were like the biggest focal point, it wasn't specific to just them. Like, there was also Romani and homosexuals were also like targeted just at wildly different rates. But it is, I don't know. I don't think you get fired for ignorance like it happened previously.
I think her suspension's I think her suspension's blowing it out of proportion, and not belittling what she said. I could see people being offended by it, but it goes to the same thing with Rogan, where it's like, where do you draw the line of free speech? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Rogan right now, I guess the whole thing is around the vaccine and the N-word and the concept of apparently, according to Joe Rogan, you can't be black unless you're like 100% from like Africa.
I saw that. Like, I didn't see the N-word thing, but I saw that.
There's a lot of people who are like Joe Rogan's apology, giving him credit, but it's like, for specifically the vaccine thing that started this whole kind of reanalysis. It's like, hey, that's just how capitalism works. Someone was like, I don't want to share a platform with this person, so I'm not going to. And a lot of people, and then quite a few people are like, well, I don't. Also, I kind of agree with that. That's just how it's supposed to work. So people who are like, this is cancel culture, is like, no, this is just capitalism operating correctly. It's like, I disagree with this stance, and so I'm not going to support it with my money.
Go.
No, I was just going to, I think prior to people leaving Spotify, and why is my computer not charging? No, it's fine. Prior to people leaving Spotify, I thought, like, if Spotify had just made the jump and just gotten rid of him, I would have thought that would have been wild. Like,
well, yeah, I understand Spotify not doing it.
Not even because
I gave him like $100 million. Like,
why would you?
I mean, but I also think I think like I just think Joe Rogan needs to do better. Like, I understand his whole concept is like, so like when you think about what his podcast is, and nobody trusts like mainstream media anymore. I don't even, and I'm not even a crazy person. Like, I just know there's a narrative to it, right? So like, I think he needs to do better jobs at asking questions if he wants to have these people on his podcast. Like, he needs to know enough to to combat the bullshit that they say.
Well, that's the problem. That's why people loved Rogan, because he normally would, because it would be like it would be like us just sitting at a table and we don't know anything, but we would still, he would ask questions that we're sitting at home wondering. Like, if this person starts to bullshit, he would normally have an opposing idea for this person to have to explain. I think lately, a big issue is a lot of like right-wing ideas or QAnon type ideas. It gains so much traction that it almost enables someone like him to have these same guests come on and build his audience, because he's bigger now. Like, like your number one cable show is a bunch of Fox News shows. Like, that's just how it is. So I think he knows that.
Also, like, as much as we're framing it, like, a lot of it's been around like the guests that he has. He still is also like, he's personally vouched for some bullshit. Like,
that's true, but also I was watching something when the vaccine first came out. He was like, I don't understand why people don't trust vaccines. He was advocating for them. I actually
well, but here's the thing. Well, you go finish. Go ahead.
I don't know if the clip was when the vaccines were released, to be honest. But there's a recent clip in the last at least 2 years, because it's the new studio. He's like, I don't understand why people are so against vaccines. I don't like. He puts out all this information about
he was probably talking about specifically the anti-vax movement, which at that point was much smaller than it is currently.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, there was a part of him that was like, I find this to be silly. And to be honest, we don't actually even know if he's vaxxed or not. Like, that's the word on the street is it's very possible that he is.
Who cares?
Yeah, and what we do know is that he's been on his show and advocated for like things, some of them, which are like things that do help. Like I can't remember what it was. It was the same shit that Trump got when he got it. Like the
Regeneron?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
The
that
steroid
shit does
thing.
actually work. But like that shit apparently does actually help. No one's really said anything against that helping. But also,
you also need to be rich as fuck.
You need to be rich as fuck. And then, but he also in the same breath would advocate for ivermectin and for all these other things. Like the more conspiratorial.
See, and that's why the way he does his podcast is unfortunate, because forget which doctor it was, but I listened to a few of them after this stuff happened. One of the doctors was saying that medicine, it worked. And he was going into all these things, these medications that have been tested that actually work to help with the coronavirus. And in the very next breath, he's talking about how the government is putting shit in the vaccines to kill us. And it's like, well, now there's conflicting information, because one of those things is not true. So it's like, ask the right questions and you'll have proper information that mainstream media won't tell you. And then you'll also filter out the bullshit that the government is not stabbing shit into you to fucking kill you with your vaccine.
Yeah, I guess a lot of it is that the more Alex Jonesy like type crowd ends up getting a really loud voice on his podcast, because he does do a lot of like really good interviews, not necessarily good interviews, but like there's a lot of interesting stuff that comes about from his format. But also like it gives a big voice to a lot of people who like are patently kind of sketchy people. Like
exactly.
And then it's like, oh, but we're just talking. It's like, well, but when you're as big as you are and people do like kind of live on your word the way that they for some reason do, you do have a level of responsibility to vet some of these people.
Exactly.
Like, to be like, is what you're saying, like, it's one thing to be like, oh, it's controversial. And it's another thing to be like, might be responsible for people fucking dying, essentially. Like, because of the information that you're like helping expound and put out there.
Exactly. And I personally don't think it's a bad thing to give these people the platform, because like I said, some of the shit that they're saying is true. And nobody else will tell you that it's true. But most of the shit they're saying is so fucking outrageous that that's what's getting like headlined and that's what's getting clipped. And nobody's going back at them at all, which is it's the crazy part.
Well, but that's because they choose who they're going to talk to on purpose. They're not going to go to people who are actually going to push back and do things like that because that would help their cause. Like they're all grifters in one way or another. And it's just not a good idea to give them that level of prominence that he has. And I'm not saying that Joe Rogan should like not have a podcast because that'd be fucking absurd. It's just, you're no longer just like the former Fear Factor host doing a little fun thing. It's like you're now one of the most listened to people out there.
Right.
I wonder if people even still know him as a Fear Factor guy. Like we know him as that, but like this generation doesn't know him as that.
Probably not.
He's the podcast guy.
There's probably more people. Yeah. I mean, he's Johnny Carson. Like,
yeah.
Nope. You're not important if you go on Jimmy Fallon anymore. If you go on Rogan, your numbers go insane. And I guess, that's like the biggest problem, because if you go on the Joe Rogan show, you yourself get the Joe Rogan effect. You get that bump, and then more people are watching you, and more people like being on Rogan's show gives whatever that person is saying some credence from whoever's watching, because they think Joe's a cool dude and Joe's a smart guy, and
well, he panders. He panders. Yeah,
he does say he's an idiot.
He also, he's very clear multiple times been like, I'm not like a smart dude. That's not my thing. So people who still are like think of him as that way should know that he doesn't think of himself that way. And that's like, once again, like I don't dislike the podcast or inherently Joe Rogan. Like I think, like I said, there's problematic things that he's done, and that like he's problematic ideas that he's like boosted that he probably didn't need to. But it's not like, I don't think that he's like this terrible actively, like I don't think he's trying to do a bunch of bad shit. I just do think that he's spending zero time considering any of like his guests or words or things like that.
Yeah, the way I think about Rogan is like he would be, if he was my friend, he would be that friend that like you don't agree with most of the shit that he's saying, but you enjoy having conversations with him.
Well, that's his show before it went to Spotify. It was like all of his conspiracy theorist friends coming on, and Joe being like, "Yo, you're fucking nuts, dude. You need to chill out." And I forget his name. He was like one of the martial artists, and he hasn't been on the show in a while. I don't know if they're not friends or whatever the case is, but he would always come on and he would always have these theories, and Joe would be the one to be like, bro, you need to chill. Like it's too much. And now Joe has become the guy that he used to be back in the day before he got normal. I mean, I don't know, because I don't really sit there for 3 hours. So I don't know like how the conversations go, but obviously. Yeah,
I watch the clips. The JRE clip channel on YouTube is what I watch.
I normally just watch Hassan Piker go over it, and like, he'll pretty much debunk, like he had the Malone dude on, the scientist who was part of the mRNA vaccines, and this dude is sitting there talking, and he's regurgitating a bunch of information that we've all heard from like QAnon shit, and then he like slips in the fact that he's double vaxxed, and you're just like, how are you? I don't understand.
But also, let's not forget too, like I love Hassan Piker. I really, really do. And I watch the Young Turks, but let's not forget Hassan Piker is also very biased to the side that we lean towards. So it's like, that's why I kind of say Joe Rogan needs to do better, because he's a very good in-between. He's a really good in-between, but he's not an in-between.
I wouldn't say that though, because Hassan talks shit about Biden all day, talks shit about Trump all day.
Yeah, because they're not Democrats. They're progressive. He's a progressive.
Yeah.
Biden, I would say, is a lot of people from day one have been talking shit about Biden from all sides, because he literally would not have won any other election minus this one. It's literally people were like, I fucking got to get rid of this one this president we have.
I can't stand Biden. That's the only reason I voted for him, because I can't stand Trump more. It's like, which one? Yeah, literally why.
It's very sad that that's like 2 presidential elections in a row. People are like, oh my fucking God, I hate everyone involved.
Yeah.
But like, that's, I guess, where we're at as a country, because fucking boomers don't want to relinquish any power, buddy.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
I do like ice cream though. I love me some ice cream.
Wrap this out, Eric.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, this has been another episode of the Hope for Everything podcast. Sorry it took us 30 minutes to introduce the show. I'm just staring at Jake, and I don't know why. The camera is just on him, full screen, just looking at Jake, not responding well to any of my jokes.
Funny because it's on full screen for you.
No, I know, but just for whatever reason.
Well, because it doesn't flip to yourself when you're the one talking.
Yeah.
Mine does.
Oh, mine doesn't. Damn.
It doesn't either.
Maybe
that's a weird feature. Why would you? Yeah, I don't want to stare at a full screen version of myself. Like, that's
welcome to my fucking world, guys.
No, I have a small version of myself up top, and small versions of you, and then a big version of Jess right now, and I don't know why, 'cause she's not talking.
It's probably because I'm recording.
And she was the last person to talk previous to you.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying mine probably shows everybody because I'm recording it. So
Yeah,
that's why I go big, and then whoever's talking goes big.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad we fit this little analysis.
if you guys need classes on Zoom, we're here.
Don't call Eric though. It's me or Jake.
$5
Eric
an
can't
hour.
even add me as a contact.
I've been trying to add Jess as a contact for 4 weeks. See you next Monday. Hopefully. Do you think Rogan's gonna get canceled? Do you think he'll still have a show on Spotify by next Monday?
No. There was, so they removed a bunch of episodes, and they said like 19% of their 19% of their subscribers canceled.
Money talks, dude. That's the only thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but 19% is really not that much. And they removed a couple episodes. I think that's it.
It also depends on how much of that 19 are like subscribers, or how much are
that's
like
what
actual.
it says. So it says 19% of Spotify users say they canceled their plan over Joe Rogan. They must have took a poll.
Well, I guess that. Well, I would say the Spotify has a free plan too. So like, what I'm saying is like the distinction between on the free and the people on the premium.
I use fucking iTunes, so
I would imagine the article's based on the premiums. But anyway, see you guys next Monday. Thank you for coming to this one. Surprised we're still here. I'm exhausted. Jess is exhausted. Looks like she has
so tired.
She's ready to smoke some weed, and she's pissed.
I'm not pissed. I'm just tired. I haven't slept in a while.
She's tired. Her phone doesn't work.
It works now.
Goodbye.
What's he always yelling at us? Damn. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.